Waiting can feel like one of the hardest things to do, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. You might be wondering if holding on for that special person is worth the time and energy. In moments like these, it's important to remember that God often speaks to us through clear messages, providing reassurance and guidance when we're unsure. These messages are not always dramatic or loud, but they are consistent and meaningful, pointing you toward His plan for your life. When God asks you to wait, it's not a punishment, but a preparation. He knows the desires of your heart, and He also knows what's best for you. Waiting can be a time of growth, healing, and alignment with His purpose. It's in this season that you develop the qualities, wisdom, and patience needed for the relationship He has designed for you. These divine messages serve as reminders that His timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't align with your immediate hopes. When you sense that rushing will lead to regret, desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? When you feel a strong sense of caution about moving forward too quickly, it's often God reminding you to wait. Rushing into a relationship without fully understanding His plan can lead to unnecessary pain or regret. God uses this feeling of uneasiness to slow you down and help you avoid making decisions based on temporary emotions. His guidance ensures that your choices align with His perfect will for your life and relationships. Waiting allows you to carefully evaluate whether the person aligns with God's standards for you. If you rush, you may overlook important red flags or miss the deeper purpose God has for your waiting season. God's timing is designed to protect you from unnecessary heartbreak. It's not about holding you back, but setting you up for something that will truly bless your life. God wants you to approach relationships with wisdom and patience. He knows the dangers of impulsive decisions, and He lovingly warns you when you're tempted to move ahead without Him. Trust the still, small voice that encourages you to pause, reflect, and wait for His confirmation. Rushing might feel like progress, but it often leads to setbacks that could have been avoided. If you listen to God's guidance and allow Him to lead, you will find that waiting brings clarity and peace. This clarity helps you understand your feelings, the other person's intentions, and God's purpose for the relationship. By resisting the urge to rush, you demonstrate trust in God's plan and patience for His timing. You can rest assured that waiting will result in a stronger, more fulfilling connection. 2, you find contentment in your current season. I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. When you feel at peace in your current situation, it's a sign that God is working in your heart. Contentment doesn't mean you don't desire a relationship. It means you trust God's timing enough to enjoy where you are now. This trust is a powerful indicator of spiritual growth and reliance on God's plan. He is teaching you to rely on Him fully, knowing that He will provide what you need in His time. Contentment allows you to focus on the blessings you already have instead of longing for what's missing. When you embrace this mindset, you can grow spiritually, emotionally, and even physically during your waiting season. God wants you to be whole and satisfied in Him before He brings the right person into your life. This time is not wasted. It's a season of preparation and purpose. When you learn to find joy and fulfillment in your current season, you align yourself with God's will. He uses this time to mold your heart and prepare you for the future. Trust that His timing is perfect, and He knows exactly what you need before you do. Your willingness to wait and find peace in the present shows your faith in His promises. If you struggle with contentment, take time to reflect on God's blessings and promises. Prayer, gratitude, and focusing on your goals can help shift your mindset. God's plan is worth the wait, and the peace you feel in your current season is a sign that He's at work in your life. 3, you feel peace even when others question your decision to wait. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. When you experience peace despite others doubting your choice to wait, it's a confirmation from God. He gives you inner reassurance that surpasses human understanding, especially when you're aligned with His will. This peace isn't dependent on your circumstances or the opinions of others. It's rooted in your trust in God's plan. It's His way of letting you know you're on the right path. Others may question your patience or pressure you to move forward, but their doubts don't have to shake your faith. God's peace protects you from the anxiety of conforming to others' expectations. It's a reminder that His approval matters far more than what people think. Trusting God's timing often requires going against worldly advice, but His peace is evidence that you're following His plan. When you choose to wait, you demonstrate your faith in God's promises and His ability to provide. This trust strengthens your relationship with Him and shows others the power of relying on God. Your peace in the waiting season becomes a testimony of God's faithfulness. It's an example of how trusting Him can bring clarity and joy, even in uncertain times. If doubts arise, remember that God's peace is a gift only He can give. Take refuge in His Word and continue to seek Him in prayer. The peace you feel is His assurance that you are exactly where He wants you to be, and that is always the best place. 4. You feel a sense of conviction to guard your heart. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. When God urges you to protect your heart, it's a sign of His loving guidance. Guarding your heart doesn't mean closing yourself off from relationships, but being cautious about who you allow to influence your emotions and decisions. This conviction ensures you're careful about the connections you make and keeps you aligned with God's plan. God wants you to save your heart for someone who will honor and cherish it. When you guard your heart, you avoid unnecessary heartbreak and disappointment. It's His way of teaching you to value yourself and the love He has planned for you. Being selective about your relationships ensures that your heart remains protected until the right person comes along. This conviction often comes with a sense of clarity about what is good for you and what isn't. If something or someone feels off, it's God signaling you to proceed with caution. Trust these feelings, as they are His way of protecting you from situations that could harm you emotionally or spiritually. Guarding your heart reflects wisdom and trust in His plan. When you honor God by guarding your heart, you show that you value His guidance and protection. This act of obedience positions you to receive the relationship He has prepared for you. Let God lead you, and trust that waiting with discernment will bring you peace and joy in the end. If this content inspired you and gave you clarity about waiting for that special person, please like, comment, and subscribe to Pure Inspirational for more uplifting messages. Your support means so much, and we're grateful to have you as part of this community. Be blessed.